Uh, Now, welcome back. Today we are looking at the cell. This is integrated science, grade 8, and maybe to the high schoolers. That is from 1, 2, 3, and 4. So today I want us to look at the cell. And as you can see, I've drawn two diagrams here to represent the cell. So first of all, let us define what a cell is. So a cell is just the smallest structural unit So that is basically what we mean by a cell. A cell is just the smallest structural unit of a living organism of an organism that takes part in biological process. We have so many biological processes like breathing, digestion, sweating, removal of waste, and so on. So those are some of the biological processes that these cells will help. Now, we have two types of organisms, which we can group them into two groups. We have unicellular organisms and we have multicellular organism. What does it mean? An example here is amoeba. Amoeba is an example of what? A unicellular. Unicellular what? They have singular. They have only one. They have only one single cell. But these ones, the multicellular, like the plants and animals, they have what we call, they have what? More than one, more cells. That's why we call them multi, yani many. Have so many cells, while this one, an organism like this one, amoeba, they have single cells. So that's why we call them unicellular organisms. Now today, we are just going to look at the two, the plant cell and the animal cell. The parts, then maybe tomorrow or the next lesson, we shall be looking at the function of those parts. So first of all, this one, I've said this is the plant cell. The plant cell, while this one is the animal cell. The animal cell. Now let us quickly look at the parts. So we shall start with the first one there, and then the second one, the third part, fourth, the fifth, and then the sixth part. And then here we shall look at the first one, the second, and the third part. So those are the parts we want to look at and the names of those parts. So the first one, under the animal cell, we have what we call the cell wall. The cell wall up there. Then the second one is the cell membrane. The cell membrane. The cell wall up, the cell membrane there. So if you are drawing, then the outer part will be the cell wall, then the inner part, the cell membrane. This one, here, it can be either part, anywhere inside. This is what we call the cytoplasm. The cytoplasm inside here. That's the cytoplasm. Then this one is the nucleus. The nucleus. And then this is what we call the vacuole. Vacuole. That's the vacuole. Then this one, it is somehow disc shaped. This one is what we call the chloroplast. Chloroplasts. Coming to the animal cell, the first part, the animals do not have a cell wall, so they have the animal cell do not have the cell wall, so they have the first part there at the cell membrane, and then the second one is the cytoplasm. Then they have the nucleus at the center. The nucleus at the center. So quickly, maybe just in 2 minutes, we can look at the differences between a plant cell and an animal cell. One, look at the sizes. Look at the size and look at the structure. Look at the shape. So you'll say that looking at the structure and the shape, this plant cell, they have definite shape. This one, they don't have. The animal cell do not have definite shape. In other words, they have irregular shape. Plant cell, they have regular shape. You can tell the shape by just looking at it. Then look at it. They have something at the middle here called the vacuole. Animal cells, they don't have that. Then look at the location of the nucleus in an animal cell and the location of the nucleus in the plant cell. The plant cell, this part here, we call it this area, it can be located there, here, somewhere there, or around there, those areas. So this area here is what we call the periphery area. So while the nucleus in a plant cell is located in the periphery area at the margin, this one is located at the center. So that is one of the differences. Then I've said plant cell, they have a part called cell wall, but these ones, the first part there is cell membrane. So which means animal cells do not have a cell wall. They don't have a cell wall. Then nucleus is located at the center in the animal cell. Nucleus is located at the periphery area or at the margin or at the sides in the plant cell. Another difference is that the vacuole takes the larger part of the the plant cell. The vacuole takes the larger part of the plant cell, while the cytoplasm, you can see the cytoplasm is too big, takes the larger part of the animal cell. So having said that, so I hope today you have learned about the two cells that when you use a by the way, the cells are too small. You cannot see them by naked eye. So that's why you use something called the light microscope. Light microscope. So to be able to view these cells, you must be able to use a light microscope to view them. So when you view them, these are the parts that you will see. The first part is the cell wall, cell membrane is there, cytoplasm. Then you have the nucleus at the periphery area, the vacuole, the bigger part, and then the chloroplast, this one. And the chloroplast, by the way, this one is the one that contains the chlorophyll. And what is the function of the chlorophyll? The chlorophyll is the one that gives the plant, the green plant, its color. So it is the green coloring pigment of a plant. Now, under the, I've also talked about the size. Look at the size, and maybe these ones are bigger. These ones are smaller compared to the plant cell. Plant cells are bigger than the animal cell. So basically, that's what I wanted us to talk about today. So maybe when you meet in the next one, in the next lesson or in the next session, we shall be talking about the functions of these parts. Remember, I've just told you the function of one of them, chloroplast. They contain chlorophyll that gives the plant or the plant its green color. And then, of course, we shall be talking about the rest in our next lesson. If you have a question, comment it there. We shall be talking about that in the next lesson. Thank you.